Hello and welcome back to Spekd, and today we're going to be looking at Warhammer Conquest issue number 73, and you know that this is a place for hobbying, building, painting and some crafting, and we'll continue with hobbying today. I hope you had a good week and you had fun, and yes, I am bringing these a lot sooner because we're playing catch up as it's coming to the end of the Conquest, and these are the ones that were missing. So let's do this. You've been patient enough, so let's give you these magazines. Let's get this open and we have our paints. You know what? Yes, I've waited for these. Just grab these paints. Come on, focus. There we go. Look at that. So we've got our Nurgle's Rot. That looks kind of sickly. I remember back in the day. Oh, there's a date on them. When Luke's Apps did a tutorial on how to make your own Nurgle's Rot, and it looked like pure bogey. So that was pretty cool. And you can make tons of it. So I'm not going to say nothing more than that, but it's out there. I think it's Luke APS actually. And here's the oxide. This is one of the better paints that's in there, and it is so versatile and you can use it for so many things. You must have this paint. That's just end of regardless. Terrain, scenery, doesn't matter what genre, Warcry, Warhammer, 40k, Kill Team, you name it, this is the paint. Yeah, next to Abaddon Black, this is your paint. Yeah. Okay, again, let's have a little look at the dates there. Again, you know, this is out of date, so I'm not going to eat this one without cooking it twice. Okay, so here's a magazine. The magazine is looking clean. It is got nice highlights. The colours are matching quite nicely to our paint. Yeah, they've really thought about this one. You see, this is the thing. When they're doing these cover designs, some weeks it's really good and they decide, you know, obviously going to have different artists doing this, I believe, just due to the styles. Just that they really focus on the concept and the idea of what they're looking at and how to draw your attention. And this is one of those magazines where they've done the same thing. All of it is center pointed to this attack, the moment before the attack. Yes, it is in combination with the artwork, but it's also the position of this, where it sits, right bang in the center. You've also got them breaking the frame where they're sitting in, and that kind of forces you to come away from all of this and into the center again. And even though it's dark here, it's bright here. So that's really good contrast. I really enjoy simple things like that. And this guy's almost hidden, but he's still taking part in that fight. But he's not overwhelming this guy. So yeah, okay, enough of that. We have our intro, we have our lore. So we've got a lot of lore, and I've been looking for this. So this will fill out the book quite nicely actually, the collector's folder. So we've got Death Guard, paint details, so we'll continue this. Oh, they're gonna do the patina effect. That's gonna be so cool. All right, okay, got excited there, got excited. All right, we haven't got model, but I'm interested to see if they're gonna give you that information, because that will, like those little paints, the technical paints and whatnot, they help to push your model that little bit further. So I know a lot of people spend a lot of time, they're painting and they're trying to refine like the highlighting and whatnot, but giving those little details adds so much character that is so important to have, and it can, as I said, it can push your model from about a 7 to about a 10. Yeah. Anyway, mission. Imperial Knights. Let's have a look at these guys. Oh, one of my first models I ever got. I got that Renegade Imperial Knight box set when it first came out, and I was so excited. It was a massive box. It had these two models in, and back then when it first came out, I actually recorded on my camera a battle between the two knights, and I was using the game system that came in it, so it wasn't quite 40k. And like on the terrain, I had like a Land Raider and whatnot on my own buildings. And I recorded it, and it was so cool because one of the knights came with like a grapple fist, and it was like, man, I'm just gonna hog this raw and throw the Land Raider, and it was fun. It was fun, even though like it was blatantly wrong with the rulings. It was fun, and that's the key of doing this sometimes with house rules, especially. So there's information on knights, and even now they're debating whether the AdMech have the full STC construct to create knights fully, or are these knights a modified, weaker version as to what they used to be before? And I think Luton did a video on that, so it's well worth looking at it. It does a lot of stuff. Pilots, knight pilots, they're born and bred for this. They have to bond with the machine, and the machine has its own mind and it wants to do its own thing, and these pilots have to have a hell of a lot of will to overcome that. If they become corrupted, they become renegade knights in some cases, or they become chaos knights. And in some cases, the pilot becomes so corrupted with the warp that they actually just bond with the machine and don't even realize that they're dead in some cases, or they hear whispers from the machine and they start following the machine. The small acts of evil keep adding up, so it's really cool. And one of the knights that they had a pilot in it, so if the knight was destroyed, the pilot could eject, and you could have the pilot run around and hold objectives on the board. It's brilliant. But anyway, that's roughly about that. Imperial Knights, there's lots of different variations and lots of different types, and this is what I was talking about, whether AdMech had the capability of reproducing these, because you think, why not just create like 100 of these and just chuck them on the planet, and it doesn't matter if the planet's full of chaos or not, they're just going to get destroyed. That's the key. So there must be some form of limiter to that. I mean, I'm going to get one of these. I'm so going to get one of these. I can't use them for my Sons of the Phoenix, but I'm going to get one. They just look too cool. Oh, and I missed the box set that came out, you know, with the Apocalypse box set that had multiple knights. I really wanted that, and I really messed up and I didn't get it. I thought it would be around, and stupid me. Anyway, look. There we go. That's the pilot I was talking about. Look, there you go. That's the knight. Yeah, Canis Rex, the Chainbreaker. That is beautiful. It's really strange when painting silver. If you don't do it right, it looks like your model is unfinished. Even though that may be effect you're going for, where it's unpainted metal or whatever it may be. So whether it's steel or titanium, however you want to do it, it doesn't look quite finished. But if you add in just enough colour in the right places, it makes it really work. That's really nice. It's really nice. Okay, continuing. So we have Heraldry. We have our squad markings. Really important and really key there. Mainly so you know what model you're removing from the table when you're playing. That's what this is really for. There's a few times when I've played games in the past when I haven't used different colours for the helms of sergeants versus standard troops or tactical squads, and I've just removed the sergeant without realising, and that reduces their overall effect. So what I do with Sons of Phoenix is the reverse of this, effectively. So there's a red line. With white, here you have the companies. So the Space Marines have been broken down into chapters and companies to prevent them from becoming too large, just in case the Horus Heresy begins again, or, you know, there's a long story behind it. But the idea is it makes them effective tactical teams that can get out there, deal with situations, and sometimes different companies specialize in different things. So that's well worth knowing. I mean, I'm never going to have enough models to do something like that. But it's a nice idea. There's battlefield roles. Different things there. Nice. I've still got to do a lot of this for my Sons of Phoenix. I've done some of them. But I've got to get down to doing it. So we have our Infiltrators. These are the guys from the Shadow Spear box set. And they have become extremely helpful to get up close to the opponent and kind of prevent them from deploying in a way that can cause you issues. It stops people from being too adventurous with the deployment. The only thing is that they give up kill points really easy. So if you've got a squad of 5, they've only got 10 wounds and they tend to get shot by everything the opponent has. So squad them up to 10 and keep them hidden until you need them. There you go. Some different versions. Silver Templar getting their shine there. They're first. Look, well done. The Helix Adepts. Those are the guys which are like the apothecaries. And they do the healing in the squad. You got Incursors. These guys, I don't even know much about these guys. I think these are the close quarter versions of these guys. Yeah, close support. So they're close quarter combat. I think these are the ones that carry the mines. I'm not looking right now, but look at that. Because we're going Blood Angels, look. Yeah. Getting excited. Now these guys aren't in the Shadow Suit box set, but they do come with the Haywire Mine. That was what was special about them. That's pretty cool. Details for painting. Let's have a look. So Death Guard, we've got the cloak. We painted that a long time ago now. I think you would have been brave enough to give it a go. So there's just additional details there. Nothing special. Now I have already done this. But now that you've got this paint, if you haven't done it, that little detail will make it kick into hyper gear. That's nice. See, ghosted effects, magic effects, or you know, plasma effects. That's a good paint for that. So we've got slime. Yep. Add in your little drops on the base there. Brings the model and the location together nicely. Plasma effects. So they're using Mephisto Red and they're coming back in with the Wild Rider, so they thought about that. And the Death Guard looks like they're completed. That's it now. Because I don't think there are any more paints. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. So Space Marine strategies or stratagems. So we're getting extra ones here. Are these? Nope, these are for everyone. So these are the standard ones that you'll get in a book. By now you should have picked up your Space Marines Codex. Ones for the Space Wolves and Blood Angels might be coming out in the future. I don't know. They've really limited them, and they're currently using Psychic Awakening books to be the stopgap, I believe. I'm not 100% certain, but let's see what happens, eh? I mean, 9th edition must be around soon because there's way too many books. And speaking of too many books, I remember when they said they were going to release, Games Workshop said 8th edition, what they're going to do is minimize the amount of books, so you might need 2 books at best. We're sitting at about 6 or 7 books depending upon the armies or the mixes you take. I think that's a call for a new edition. Okay, so they're showing you how to use the strategies or stratagems. Death Guard strategies. So they got the Chaos Boon here. So the effects of the Chaos Boon. I've never used this. On the Path to Glory. That's nice. Yeah, let's see if you can roll a 12. Good luck. So there's a continuation of the strategies there. Veterans of Long War, really important. That's nice. Combine that with that shock assault or that hateful assault, that's really good. Death Guard stratagem, yep, okay. Dealing with that. So ambush, multiple missions. They're using train tracks. You hardly see those in 40k, but I think they'll definitely move heavy goods really easily. Convoy, mission, basis, is there anything? Nope, just power rating of 50. I would really like it at some point they just gave you the points. They said, here you go, here's a mini codex for the, you know, with the chapter approved information and the FAQs information. Not the weapons, because we've got the weapons in here, but just the points cost. Now you could buy the, I think it's the Minotaurium book which is out, which has the points cost for everything. But in Conquest, I think that they can give you that. That would be nice. So victory conditions there. Okay, so let's see. So we've got a standard information back there. Yep, there you go, see? So this is what I was talking about, having multiple books. So if you wanted to play 40k at the moment, you're going to get the rule book, because that's where most people start. You could buy that on eBay, dirt cheap. You don't have to, because you've got that little index card, which is great. You've got the Space Marines Codex. This is what I was talking about earlier. So this is the book that you'll need to have the stats for the models that you're using in here. Now if you have a specialist army like Death Watch, Space Wolves, Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Imperial Fists, all those kind of things, some of those have supplements, which is an addition to this, and some of them have their own codex, which don't yet have additional supplements, unless they're in Psychic Awakening, which means that's an additional book that you got to pick up. Right, okay. So this is the supplements I was talking about there. That's the one for the Ultramarines. If you're using Silver Templars, that'll be the one you pick up. I'm using Sons of the Phoenix, so that's the Imperial Fists. Death Guard, fortunately, you got this and whatever comes out in Psychic Awakening and the main rule book. I mean, there is Vigilus. If you've got like Vigilus Defiant, that will be for the Imperial side. If you got Invigilus Burns, that's then for the heretical side. So that's an additional set of books. If you have any additional information in Psychic Awakening books that might span over 2 codexes, two Psychic Awakening books, then you might need an additional 2 books, and that's a hell of a lot of stuff to carry around just for a few strategies or extras. I remember last time it was like that in 7th edition. It effectively just became 8th edition, so we might be seeing that soon. You know, they're giving away all these things, so it might be a thing. And I keep mentioning it sounding like Chicken Little with the skies falling, but I've got to say, having a backpack full of books just to play a game really slows it down. And 8th edition was really about speed, just having fun, play, everything's there for you. So to end up with so many books is not too helpful. Anyway, Tallyman. Yeah, this guy, he's not tallying you bananas, he's tallying the dead. This is what's going to happen. Tallying the diseases and plagues. I would love to know more about this guy. It looks amazing. And we have the Repulsor. Now this is going to be over the next 4 issues from issue 75 onwards. Something to be clear about this though is that the last of those issues would just be the base and the stand. So if you got the first 3 issues, so 75, 76 and 77, you are in for a win. You don't have to, you know, get that last little bit. You can make your own base. That's just saving you money. I don't know if there will be any more online by the time that this video goes out. So good luck. You might find them on eBay. Again, you get the magazines and you'll get the tank. I think now for about 40 quid if you do look on eBay. So, you know, good luck. Well, that's it. There are no models to showcase in this particular video. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. I don't think it's too bad. I'm really going to enjoy sitting there reading the information on the knights. I think that was a winner for me. Especially with a bit of artwork there. The artwork always looks nice. But look, either way, hopefully you've enjoyed your time and you got to catch up. And again, you know, I am working through these as fast as I can just so you can get to catch up. So that once we hit that 80th issue, we would at least be in the ballpark of when it came out. You know, thank you for taking this journey with me. Thank you for being here. And I still haven't forgotten that 500 giveaway. I'm going to give it 2 more days to see if those prizes arrive. If they don't arrive, then I'm just going to use what I've got. I got a savvy purchase on eBay and I'm trying to see if it comes through. And I don't want to keep holding it up, okay? You guys deserve better than that, so I'm going to make sure you at least get something good, okay? Thank you very much. Take care. Have a great week. And as always, PC out.